Hello, welcome to this weather update for parts of Asia. So we will be discussing a cold wave that's affecting Russia, and it will affect parts of Kazakhstan and China and other areas. So let's see here. This is the 850 millibar temperature anomaly. So you can see that in Russia, those below average temperatures, they're Central Russia, Northern Kazakhstan, and this has already started, so it's already very cold there, and then it continues. You can see throughout Wednesday, tomorrow, some more cold temperatures continue as that cold wave moves south. So that's like a blast of some Arctic air. Then it keeps moving south into Kazakhstan. This is Thursday. Then it keeps moving to Kazakhstan. Then it really gets very cold there, northern China, Kazakhstan, and Mongolia. So this cold wave might intensify over like eastern Kazakhstan and northern China there. And then this like Friday into Saturday, very cold there. Next Saturday moves over Mongolia, so some very cold temperatures there, and goes towards eastern China, so some below average temperatures throughout eastern China, and even some other areas in the first days of October. So, and it even shows us a very small cold wave after it that might affect Russia and Mongolia. And even later after that, the GFS shows some more cold waves. And let's see, there's the European model too. Today is Tuesday the 24th. You can see the cold wave advancing there through Russia. Then this like Thursday the 26th, so there's Kazakhstan, there's Mongolia, and then the cold wave advances through southern Russia, Kazakhstan and Mongolia. You can see some very below average temperature, like a very intense cold wave there over northern China, southern Russia, Kazakhstan and Mongolia. Then it keeps moving. This is Saturday over western China there, a very intense cold wave. Then it keeps moving through Mongolia next Saturday into Sunday, and some below average temperatures into eastern China and maybe Japan later. So this will be a very intense cold wave during the next couple of days, so be careful if you are there. So let's see, in terms of snowfall, this is the snowfall probabilities from the GFS. So let's see, this is Tuesday, alright, some snowfall probabilities in Russia and Tibet, but then like Wednesday, some more over northern Mongolia, Thursday especially, but Friday, when the cold wave might reach its peak, it shows a lot of high snowfall probabilities over Russia, Mongolia, and even eastern Kazakhstan there, and some other areas. Then this like next Sunday, still some snowfall probabilities like central western China, and mainly Tibet there. So be careful with this cold wave. This is the 2 meter temperature from the GFS. It shows like way colder in Tibet there because it's high. And then like Thursday, the night of Thursday through Friday, already shows some very low temperatures there between Russia, Kazakhstan and northern China, and Mongolia, like some negative temperatures and all those blues. And then during the day it might be like this, and during the night like this. So let's see, Friday during the day warms up a little, but still some negative temperatures. And then Friday, from Thursday to Friday, shows some very harsh temperatures there, like minus 10 degrees or lower in some mountains there of Kyrgyzstan. Some other areas very cold too, so be aware. And then this like from Saturday to Sunday shows even like in Mongolia some minus 15 degrees, minus 10. So some very cold temperatures coming with this cold wave. Please be careful there with the cold temperatures. And then let's see, so you can get an idea. This is the northern hemisphere. You can see there that cold wave in Russia. So that's Russia and Kazakhstan, where that blue is, and then that cold wave keeps moving there throughout Kazakhstan. That's Mongolia, and then through China. This is like Friday, the peak of the cold wave. It moves through Mongolia on Saturday and towards Eastern Asia. So you can see there in the rest of the northern hemisphere we have that cold wave in Russia, and then we might have a cold wave in Europe too. You can see around here is like Europe, and there's Russia. So then we might have like starting Friday a colder air mass from the North Atlantic going down to Europe and leaving some colder temperatures there too. So we'll make some more videos about that on the coming updates about Europe. But so you get a general idea. We have some above average temperatures in parts of Canada still, and some below average in Alaska and some other areas, and the cold wave there in Russia. Let's see, there's also some other models like the Canadian model. It shows that the cold wave moving throughout Russia, passes through Kazakhstan and China, a very intense cold wave, and through Mongolia there. So be aware there. Some very cold below average temperatures. So let's see what those temperatures might look like on the surface. This is just a forecast. It won't be exactly like this. It always changes, but let's see to have an idea. So today's Tuesday. From Tuesday to Wednesday, like the minimum temperatures tonight to tomorrow shows there, because there's the low pressure there in Russia, and then up north in the Arctic, like -3 degrees, -7, -5. Then there are very few seas, but in some places there are like 0 degrees, 3 degrees in some areas there. Let's see, like -5, -7 degrees. Some areas further south, like 0, 2 degrees. And then northern, that's Mongolia there. Then this is also southern Russia into Mongolia. There might be some mountains there because it's like very cold, -8 there, but like -5, 2. That's Kazakhstan. Let's see, -1, 0 degrees. Some areas of southern Russia and eastern Kazakhstan, like 4 degrees, 2 degrees, 0 degrees in Mongolia. Even like central Mongolia, already some -2 there. In central northern Kazakhstan, already shows some 0 degree temperatures in Kazakhstan there, and for further west into other parts of Russia, so be aware. And then let's see, it's very cold in Tibet because it's very high there, of course. Then some mountains of western China and Kyrgyzstan, all the way to -15 degrees. So those might be some very high mountains there. So let's see, so tomorrow during the day, tomorrow's Wednesday, alright, it warms up, but still some areas of negative temperatures throughout the day tomorrow, but generally warms up a lot during the day. Throughout Russia, still some negative temperatures in the Arctic there, -4, -1, 0, but the seas are around 5, 3 degrees, 6 degrees there, in some higher elevations, still at -3 during the day. And then let's see, Wednesday night into Thursday, it already shows all these negative temperatures there throughout Russia, northern Mongolia. So this like Wednesday early morning, like 4, 5 a.m. it show like -1, -2, -1, -2 in many areas of Russia there, -8, let's see, -1, -1, let's see. And those very high mountains in the southern Russia and Mongolia might be all the way to -12 degrees, according to the European model. -6 degrees there, -10, -9. So be aware in those areas. And even to Kazakhstan, showing those colder temperatures there too, some areas. And yeah, so be aware there. Further west into Russia, some areas like 1 degree, -1, 1 degree, -2, so be aware. The European part of Russia is still like 15 degrees in Moscow, 13 degrees. This mainly like central Russia. And eastern Russia is very cold too, -3 degrees, -7, -8, -10, so eastern Russia is very cold too. But where this cold wave is at, it'll be very cold, like -8. So this is Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, it warms up a lot. Not a lot, but it warms up, like still some negative temperatures southern Russia, near northern Mongolia, because of those mountains, but like -2. And let's see, but still in the Arctic cold, but some areas they're like 3 degrees, 5 degrees, 4, 5, 3 degrees, and some areas like still -4, -3 during the day. So now Thursday to Friday, when close to when the cold wave might hit its peak, it shows there like between Russia, Kazakhstan and Mongolia, northern China shows like -10, -13, -12 degrees. Let's see, shows us see there like -4, -5, but these areas are like more sparsely populated, but shows like -8 in some towns there, -4, -7. So be careful with the cold. -3, -2, 0 degrees in western Mongolia. Northern central Mongolia, -3 degrees, -1. So be careful. In southern Russia, some areas all the way to -12 degrees. Let's see, all those white areas there like -12, -11. So very cold temperatures there. Be careful throughout some portions of Kazakhstan too, and this strip of colder temperatures throughout further west into Russia there. So be aware, in the Arctic shows like, of course, almost to the North Pole, it shows like -17 there, but there are very few places there. Let's see, some big portion of the Arctic, -6, -5 degrees, so be aware. But the sea is generally like -1, 0 degrees, -2, so be aware. Then Friday during the day it warms up, like, but still some negative temperatures between Kazakhstan and China and southern Russia there. These are many mountains, but it shows like some -8 degrees still during the day, -2, 3 degrees, so -1 in some cities of eastern Kazakhstan, -2, 0 degrees, so be aware there. Southern Russia and northern Mongolia still like some 5 degrees, 4 degrees, -4, so be careful there during the day too. Further eastern to Russia show like -5. Some areas mainly high elevations, but around 4, 5 degrees in the cities, so be aware. And then I think the worst part of the cold wave, Friday night into Saturday, shows still negative temperatures in a good portion of central eastern Russia. So let's start north and head south. So in the Arctic show like -5, -5, -3 degrees there. Further south, some sea is 0 degrees, 0 degrees, -1, -2. Let's see, -5 there, -4. Some other sea is 1 degree, 2 degrees, 1 degree, -1. And a good portion of the sea is in central Russia, like -3 degrees, 1 degree, -1, -1 there. So be aware, very cold, -1, -3, -3. So be aware. All those areas, the peak of the cold wave will be right between Mongolia and Kazakhstan there, and southern China, southern Russia, but there'll be negative temperatures throughout a good portion of the area, like some areas of southern Russia, northern Kazakhstan, -14 degrees, northern Mongolia especially, so -16 degrees, northern Mongolia. I don't see any big population centers there, but like -4 in some cities of Mongolia, -1, so be aware. And then like -2, -1 throughout western Mongolia, -5 in some spots between China and Mongolia in the mountains could get all the way to like -19 degrees, almost -20 degrees there. So like the peak of the cold wave show like -5 in some cities of northern China, -2, -5, -2. So be aware. And also the mountains of Kyrgyzstan and western China should get very cold, like -2 in some cities of Kyrgyzstan, -8, many of those mountain areas, but -18 in some mountains of Kyrgyzstan, -19 degrees, -20 degrees there. Celsius shows like -14, so big parts of the mountains, -18 degrees. So very cold there into western China, -16, -15, -17 degrees. So stay safe there. Let's see, Tajikistan could get very cold too. In eastern Tajikistan, -1, 0 degrees. Areas for the west, some 18, 6 degrees. And yeah, in Tibet, of course, very cold. And be aware there. And then Saturday during the day, it warms up. But the worst part of the cold wave will be moving over Mongolia for Saturday. So between Saturday and Sunday, during the night from Saturday to Sunday, show some very cold temperatures in Mongolia, like between China and Mongolia, still some -17, -18 degrees Celsius. Southern Russia -19. Some areas, all these cities and towns in southern Russia, northern Mongolia, -10, -7, -8, -6, -12, -8. So very cold. Stay warm there in all those areas. Easternmost Kazakhstan as well. But some areas in central Mongolia might get all the way to -19 degrees Celsius. So be aware, -13, -8, -5. Let's see, -13, -9, -9. So this will affect a good portion of Mongolia. -1, so negative temperatures throughout most of Mongolia, Saturday into Sunday. Sunday during the afternoon, it warms up, but still some -2, -3 during the day. And some low-lying areas like 4, 6 degrees during the day. But at night, from Sunday to Monday, once again, this is from Sunday to Monday, Mongolia should like -20 degrees. -20 degrees in Mongolia, -18 in some cities there, -16, -15 degrees, so very cold there, -6, so stay safe from that cold. Still cold in Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan and China, but mainly the mountains there. And the cold moves further east into Russia. So this like the night from Sunday to Monday, some portions of eastern Russia go all the way down to like -20 degrees there in eastern Russia. -7, -7, -4, -3, so very incredibly cold in eastern Russia there. -20 degrees there. So in some cities -6 degrees. So be aware. Let's see, some areas of Russia close to Mongolia show like 0 degrees, -1, -1 degrees there. And northern China shows like -1 degrees, -1. Let's see, between Mongolia, -3. And northernmost China like -1, -2 during the night. So be careful, especially in Russia with those extreme temperatures there, and Mongolia. Then Sunday, then Monday afternoon, it warms up a little, but not everywhere. Then from Monday to Tuesday, during the night, it still shows like very cold in Mongolia. Some spots there like -19 degrees. Most of the cities there like -13, -10. So be aware. And this corridor of cold air goes all the way like from Mongolia all the way into Russia, -5, -8. And eastern Russia still extremely cold, so -11, -16, many cities there, and some rural areas could go all the way down to -20 degrees. So be careful in eastern Russia. Some areas of -12 degrees, -6. So be aware. In northern China, good portion there, -5, -3, some negative temperatures. So be careful. And it's still cold in northern Afghanistan, Tajikistan, and throughout Tibet there. So be aware. In Kyrgyzstan as well. So let's see. So be careful there. From Monday to Tuesday like this, warms up in the afternoon a little bit. But from Tuesday to Wednesday, still cold, but not as extreme, but still cold in Mongolia. Some cities there, the minimum temperature is -9, and still shows very cold in eastern Russia, -16. And then Tuesday in the afternoon warms up a little, but since that's the Arctic, it doesn't warm up much, like 1, 2 degrees of warm. And then it shows like still very cold at night there. This like -20 degrees next Wednesday in eastern Russia, and then this continues there and still very cold. So be aware there, and of course you are used to it because it's the Arctic. So be aware and stay safe from those colder temperatures, especially because there's almost always cold in the autumn and winter, but like China, Mongolia, this will be a more brutal cold wave because this very cold air doesn't reach that far south like this early in the autumn, so be careful there especially. So let's see, let's just check some the temperatures with the other models. This is the European model. There's also the GFS, shows like some negative temperatures today into tomorrow in Russia there. Then tomorrow warms up in the afternoon, but Wednesday into Thursday during the night the GFS is like these very cold temperatures, like -6 in the Arctic, -7, let's see, -3 already, like near southern Russia, northern China, and Kazakhstan too, -3. So be aware there, like I showed you before. Like during the day Thursday warms up a little bit, but still some areas on negative temperatures, and the night from Thursday to Friday shows very cold there, like I showed you, like -9 and -9 in eastern Kazakhstan, northern China, and most of southern Russia there. So be aware, -8, -5, so be aware. And especially shows in the Arctic, so like -9 and even more. Let's see, this is Friday. During the day warms up a little bit during the day, like goes all the way up to 4 degrees. Then Friday night into Saturday shows those very extreme temperatures there. Some mountains near Mongolia, northern China, all the way down to -10, -9. The European had -19 and the GFS is only -10, but I guess we'll see. -11 some areas of Russia into Mongolia, so be careful. There's also in Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, those very cold temperatures, and further into Russia. And then this like Saturday during the day warms up only a little bit, and then Saturday night to Sunday shows still like -12 degrees in southern Russia, northern Mongolia, -8, -11, -12, so please be careful there. A bunch of sea is -8, -7, so stay safe. In eastern Russia it's already showing -13 degrees, -3, -5, so stay safe there. Saturday during the day kind of warms up a little, but Saturday into like Sunday into Monday, so that's Sunday, so Sunday into Monday it shows still some very cold in Mongolia, -15 degrees there in Mongolia, -10, -4, so stay safe. But in Russia the GFS is really kicking there in eastern Russia, like -19, like the European model, -18, -14, -9 in some cities there, -3, so very cold in eastern Russia. Be careful. And then this kind of continues in eastern Russia, -15, -19, and then let's see, this like next Tuesday the GFS is like in eastern Russia, -19 in some areas, but a little bit better in Mongolia and China, but still some areas of negative temperatures, northern Mongolia and an area too of northern China, so be aware. And then let's see, then at night these cold temperatures kind of continue in eastern Russia there, and the mountains of Tajikistan and China and Kyrgyzstan and Tibet, and this might generally continue, especially in eastern Russia into next week, continuous cold, so stay safe from those temperatures. And let's just see the icon here. So the icon shows those negative temperatures Wednesday to Thursday during the night in Russia, Mongolia, Thursday during the day, then Thursday at night it cools down a lot, and Friday like the peak of the cold wave. The icon has some areas there of Mongolia and China, -12 degrees, Russia -12, some areas there. So yeah, the models are very similar, -14, some areas -13, northern Mongolia into China, so be aware. and it generally continues like this. So the icon from Saturday to Sunday during the night, the icon is like minus 19 degrees, like southern Russia into China there, minus 13, minus 14, many cities there. So stay safe from that cold. Let's see some snowfall from this. This is the icon up until Sunday. So until Sunday, the icon is a lot of snow northern Russia, through eastern Russia, throughout Mongolia and some areas. So let's see Mongolia first. It shows like some, let's see, centimeters here. So the icon is like 33 centimeters of snow, 39 centimeters central Mongolia, not southern Mongolia, but like some areas of northern Mongolia, like central northern Mongolia, some more snow there. Like through western Mongolia, some snow between China and Kazakhstan there, and Russia shows like some more snow as well, some 13 centimeters or more. This area in southern Russia, some seas to 10, 3 centimeters of snow, and then shows more snow there through other parts of southern Russia. So this is between Mongolia and southern Russia, shows like 38 centimeters of snow or more. Some areas there like 14, 13 centimeters, and any of these colored areas could have snow. So only the gray areas not. So any of these colored areas could have snow, but it's just a forecast, it will change. But the icon is like some 68 centimeters of snow throughout parts of eastern China, eastern Russia there, northern China a little bit, but mainly eastern Russia. Easternmost Russia is like some 40 centimeters of snow as well, 30, 40 centimeters, and throughout northeastern Russia, like northern Russia, is like 75 centimeters of snow in some areas, and mainly the mountains, but some cities could have snow as well. 49 centimeters in parts of northernmost Russia there, in the Arctic, snow in many areas, and shows like some 52 centimeters there of snow. Now the European model has similar like 40, like 20 centimeters of snow there, 19, 20 centimeters. Then the European model has also a lot in eastern Russia, those areas of eastern Russia. There's not many cities here, but be aware. There are some cities like 43 centimeters further south, 26 centimeters. The Europeans like 86 centimeters of snow in these areas of eastern Russia there. So be aware. Mongolia, southern Mongolia, almost nothing, but it has a big portion of China, central western China there in Tibet, and it has like central Mongolia, more snow, and let's see, southern China, no, southern Russia, sorry, southern Russia near Mongolia, like some 27 centimeters, 30 centimeters. Between China and Kazakhstan and Russia show like some more snow too through those mountains, parts of Mongolia there, some western Mongolia, some more snow, and other parts of China. Shows some more parts of Russia, some snow drizzles there, central into eastern Russia, but western Russia is kind of quiet for now. So let's see, easternmost Russia could have a lot of snow in some areas too, some 46 centimeters in some cities, so be aware, and even some other areas there. So let's see, so be aware, some other areas, northern Iran, the European model showing some snow in northern Iran, snow or two in some mountains of Afghanistan, northeastern Iran, and the Europeans showing more in Tajikistan, those mountains there. Let's see some more the mountains of Tajikistan, northern Pakistan, especially like between Kyrgyzstan and Tajikistan, like 37 centimeters, central Tajikistan 22 centimeters, so be careful there. But the real deal is like in Nepal there, in the Himalayas, the Europeans show more than 172 centimeters of snow in northern Nepal there. So like some cities could have like 110, 71 centimeters of snow, but some real heavier snow there in the southern Himalayas, so be aware. Northern Bhutan can have some snow too, and other parts of Tibet, but be careful. There's the GFS, it shows way less. The GFS only some snow in the southern Himalayas, like 14 centimeters. but the GFS is some snow in like easternmost Tibet into like central China, and it has a lot of snow in eastern Russia, in those areas of eastern Russia. So be aware in those cities there, like 73 centimeters of snow. Let's see, 665, some 84 centimeters of snow there. Throughout eastern Russia, northeastern Russia, some more heavier snow in some areas. Let's see, eastern Siberia and some areas. In far eastern Russia, like some 34 centimeters, 24. Be aware, and all a bunch of snow all through central eastern Russia. Western Russia, no, but like central eastern Russia. So like some 30 centimeters, 24 centimeters. So be aware. But this forecast always changes and shows some more snow in Kyrgyzstan, near western China, and some in Tajikistan. So be careful there with the cold temperatures, the snow and everything. And one thing these cold temperatures might cause is like frost and some damage to crops and everything. So be aware of frost. Those areas of upper north in Siberia and everything, I don't think they have many crops because like tundra, but further south into like China, Mongolia, be careful with some frost in the crops and everything. And let's see, and also the feels like temperatures, because there's the actual temperatures and there's the wind chills. So the feels like temperatures might be much lower to like the combination of the wind and everything. So let's see if I can find an estimation here of what the feels like temperatures might be. So for example, in models here, continental into Asia there. So this is the GFS. Let's see, temperature shows like here. Let's see, I don't think they have it, but let's take a look. There's the 2 meter temperature like I showed you before there, but this is like the 2 meter temperature, all those negative temperatures there. But the wind chills, I'm not, I don't think they have it here, but let's see. Surface, so like here, I don't think so, but just know that the temperatures, the feels like temperatures will be lower than this. For example, if the temperature like Friday morning is -9, plus the wind and the sensation in your body, it might feel like -15. So be aware, it might be -9, but the feels like might be like -15. So be careful with that too, and with frost and stuff. And there's also this interesting model here, shows precipitation type, and then northern Russia, it shows many areas like some possible freezing rain there in the Arctic. There's not much seas there, but there are some seas like Saskatchewan. Let's see some other seas there. It shows some probabilities of freezing rain in that pink there. And there's a site of weather alerts there, check for Russia. They always have like some freezing rain warnings, some snowfall warnings there in the winter. So be aware, some freezing rain that is mixed ice in the brown and the snow there, some wet snow in the green and yellow, and mixed precipitation. So be aware, in the mountains of southern Russia, Mongolia, show like a spot or two of freezing rains, some wet snow and the snow there. So be aware of the probability of freezing rain and everything, especially in northern Russia. Then this system keeps spinning there, some more rain and snow too, and there'll be rain with this, all the blues like rain. Then like Friday to Saturday, more snow in Mongolia, some wet snow, and even show some freezing rain probabilities into eastern Russia. This next Monday is that big snowfall event goes into eastern Russia, some wet snow and freezing rain probabilities. So be aware, and it continues there in the Arctic, some more freezing rain, snow probabilities, and stay safe there. be careful, and I'll put some links I can find in the description, so you can check some warnings. So be aware. For example, in windy, you can also see like weather warnings here in windy. So in Russia, they have like some forest fire danger still, like some wind warnings. Let's see northern Russia, wind, and let's see if there's some others, like Kazakhstan still shows like some fog and forest fire, so there might be some fog with this. Like, let's see tomorrow, the warnings tomorrow still show like rain in Russia, like wind. They still don't have anything crazy for snow, but sometimes they have some freeze warnings when the temperatures get too low. But I'll put you can check wind here, and I put the link in the description too. Some wind warnings, fog warnings, so be aware there. In China, they have a bunch of warnings too. You can check here windy, because the other site that I see for China is kind of confusing, but be aware. And let's just quickly see some wind gusts, and then I'll finish this because it's too long already. But shows in the seas there near the Arctic some very high winds because of the system. Especially like the European model showing like the peninsula, the island in Russia, like more than 100 km/h gusts, like on Thursday there from that system. So let's see, this continues. The occasional stronger winds on Friday through some mountains of northern China, some very high gusts there. Kyrgyzstan too, some very high winds. This mainly in the mountains, but there might be some other areas of high winds. And then for Russia there, let's see, then this goes kind of China and Mongolia. Southern Mongolia and China show some very high wind gusts throughout like Friday into Saturday, especially Saturday. Some parts of western China, even Afghanistan show some high winds. And then let's see, this keeps going into eastern Mongolia and eastern China, like some 81 km/h gusts. Let's see some 86 km/h gusts in eastern China. Then this keeps moving to Russia. We have that big snowfall event on Monday. Let's see some 89 km/h gusts there, some 84. So some very high winds still in eastern China, some very high winds, and this kind of keeps going there. Let's see some high winds into Russia. Is that low pressure strengthens in the ocean there next Monday, so be aware there in Russia. And then it shows that the other system by Wednesday, the 2nd, October 2nd, northwestern Russia there might provide some more cold temperatures and gusty winds. So let's see, and many models are showing some more typhoons to monitor their Southeast Asia, but we'll make another video on that on the tropical update. But for example, next Tuesday show like some high winds in Russia, some areas of Russia there, so be careful. And some high waves too in the Arctic Sea and during those events. And like rainfall accumulation shows next 5 days that rain over Russia. Most of it will be snow, but there'll be a lot of rain in the mix, so more rain over Russia there. Shows like more rain in eastern Russia, but this may be the snow accumulation there on Monday. That rain to central China there. So yeah, and then it shows a little bit less rain there, but still shows some more rain, Kyrgyzstan into Russia, into China too. In western Russia, because the snow accumulations very almost nothing in western Russia, but in terms of rain, shows a lot of rain northwestern Russia next 5 days. Eastern Russia some too, so yeah. Stay safe from this cold, and bye.